Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how to create cookie. So what is the use of cookie? If suppose you are visiting the website for the first time and you want the first time user of your website to get the notification saying that 50% offer today, and this pop-up should show only once while visiting the website. So after 2 hours, if the user comes and visit the same website, this pop-up should not be shown to that user. Again, after 2 hours, if he comes and visit the website, that pop-up should not be shown. And this is the first case, and this is the second case is if suppose there is a first time user comes to your website and he visits your website and he sees this pop-up. Once he closes the X button, the pop-up will not be shown for 1 month. So this scenario can be solved using the cookie. So where we can see the cookie on the inspect, you will see a tab called application, and this is the current page. You can see localhost. This is the current page and it says there is no cookie. So if I click on this X button, the cookie will be created. If I refresh the page again, the cookie is created now with the name of UI monk cookie and the value is UI monk. And if I press refresh any number of time, the pop-up is not going to get shown. Now if in another case, let me delete this. Once I deleted this, consider this as another user. He is using this website again, and if he visits your website, and this this pop-up will be shown for only once. Now if you click on this X button and if you reload, you will see the cookie got saved, and he will be visiting every 2 hours. Consider as a scenario that he is going to visit every 2 hours, and this pop-up is not going to get shown because it will be only shown for one time. So this scenario can be solved using cookie. Alright, so let's start creating a file now. I have created a folder called cookie. In the cookie, we need to create a file called index.html. Then we need to have style.css, control N, control S, style.css, and then we need script file, control N, control S again, script.js. Now exclamatory tab, create an HTML code, boilerplate code. So it's just a starter template. Now we need to link the style sheet which we have created right now, style.css, and again we need to link the script tag. So consider this as a website. So there would be a heading, and then we have paragraph with lorem ipsum text 300 words. The same way, press shift and alt, up, down arrow, down arrow, down arrow, so that we get some multiple paragraph. Now to run this on the browser, open the Chrome, press Ctrl O. Once you press Ctrl O, you will be able to select the folder. I have created the folder on the desktop. Just select the HTML file and you will be able to see the HTML. Now consider this as a plain HTML. Now let's start creating the pop-up. So to create the pop-up, let's just create at the bottom. So it's going to be the simple tab pop-up and offer of 50% offer today, and again we need to show the close button. So to show the close button, we need font awesome CDN. So if you can search for CDN, actually it's font awesome CDN W3 school, you'll get the CDN over there. Now you got the CDN, just paste it just above the custom style sheet. It is always recommended to have other CSS above our custom CSS. Now for the close, we can have this icon. So this is going to be simple pop-up, don't worry about the style. We are going to focus much on the JavaScript rather than the CSS. So instead of pop-up, we can have this on the inside the container. So for all element, let the margin and padding be 0. and remove the box sizing as border box. Now container, inside the container we have pop-up. Inside the pop-up we have as close button I tag, and then we have h1. Let's cross check the spelling of pop-up. Cool. Now for the container I want it to take the full width, so width 100% of viewport width. Viewport is nothing but the browser. Height 100% of viewport height. Let the background be black as of now, and position fixed, top of 0, left of 0. Now it will cover the whole screen. In case if you want to add the opacity, select this black and reduce this opacity. Now you will be able to see the background. Instead of 4, let's just make this 6 or 8, and whatever is there inside the container I want to be at the center, so display flex, align item center, justify content center. In order to the align item to work, we need to give the height 100% of the container. In this case the container is simply the class container, so it is going to take the height of the container, so it's 100% of viewport height, and whatever is there inside we can have the color white. And let's just give the pop-up width and height. Width of 300 pixel, height of 300 pixel, so it's going to be a square. To differentiate, we can give the background color as black. So we need to give this display flex property to the container, so whatever is there inside the container it will come into the center. So again we have h1 and I tag inside pop-up. To have it at the center, we can use the same trick. Now just for the icon we can give position absolute. To give the position absolute, we need to give the parent position relative, so that to work efficiently. Top of 0, right, so I need it to be on the top right corner, and let's have the font size as 2 rem, and color be red. Cool. And once I hover on it, I want the cursor to change, cursor pointer. Cool. Now if you want to change the font, you can go for Google font pop-ins. You just have to copy the CDN, click on import, so that we can add this on the style sheet, not on the HTML. And for all element, let the font family be pop-ins, or you can individually give it. Just to save time, I am giving for all element font family pop-ins. Cool. Now if I close this, I want to create a cookie, so let's just see where the cookie will be stored. On the application you will see cookie. Let's see, so over here you have cookie, click on it. So at present no cookie is created. Once I click on this X button, the cookie will be created. So once the cookie is created, we will be creating a if condition to make sure if this cookie is created, then we won't be showing this pop-up for 1 day. So that's the plan. If the cookie is not created, then that means new visitor has come. Let's get into the JavaScript. So to get in, we just need this I. So we can call this by document dot get element by I, or the query selector. So here the query selector, we can give the CSS selector. So the CSS selector can be class or ID. We need to, if it's class, we need to have this with dot close button. So once I click on this, dot add event list, STENER, That means if I click on this button, I want this function to get executed. So this function will simply create a cookie. So to create a cookie, it's very simple. Document dot cookie. So we need to pass a string which will have a key value pair. So the key is going to be UI monk cookie, and the value is going to be simply UI monk, and we need to specify the age of it. So max age. So this cookie will stay on this user PC for 1 day. So for 1 day, what we can do is, so it's going to be a number plus 60. So let's just make this 1 month instead of 1 day. 60 into 60 into 24 into 30. So this cookie will stay on this particular PC for 1 month. Now this cookie is created. So we are going to check if the cookie is created. If document.cookie, then we need to hide the model. So to hide the model, we need to create a class. So let's just create a class non-active. So if there is non-active on the model, so we need to hide display none. So by default, the non-active class I have, let me just remove this. So if I remove it, you will see the pop-up. But if I remove it, if I have the non-active class on the container, you can see the whole screen. So now what I'm going to do is, once I click on the X button, I want the container document dot query selector to have class dot class list dot add non-active. So if the cookie is not created, else alert cookie not created, just for our reference. So it's very simple. If I click on the X, your cookie will be created and your model will be hidden. If the cookie is not created, you will get an alert message. And once everything is set, we need to check the cookie. So on the next time when page loads, if the cookie is there, then this pop-up should not be shown. That is our plan. So let's first do the checking. Let check cookie. To check the cookie, we can pass the index of function on the cookie, document.cookie, and with the index of function, we are going to check the key value which we have passed over here. So if this is present, we will be getting the number starting from 1 to some random number, one, let's say 100. If it is not there, then we will be getting -1. So based on this, we are going to create a if condition. If and else condition. So if the cookie is not equal to -1, that means the cookie is not found. If the cookie is not found, okay, if this is equal to -1, then the cookie is not found. If it is not equal to -1, then cookie is found. If cookie is found, then we need to make this model inactive. If the cookie is not found, then we need to make this active. remove. Now on page reload, you will see, you'll find that this function will get run. By default, we don't have any cookie, so we will see the pop-up. So we are seeing the pop-up. If I close the X, it says cookie is not able to create. So it's better to have this run on localhost. Let me get into XAMPP. Run your XAMPP and place this document on the C drive. So we have created this on desktop. Copy this C drive XAMPP htdocs, paste it. Let's find cookie. Yes, cookie is there. Now make sure your XAMPP runs. So you have to start this XAMPP. Now you can access this using localhost. Localhost, the folder name which we have given is cookie. Now let's check the inspect application tab. So before that there is an error. There seems to be no error. Cool. Application cookie localhost. There is no cookie. Click on the X and let's check the cookie. So there is cookie, you can see. So if I page refresh, you can see there is cookie. So on each refresh you are not going to see the cookie. Now let me just get into the incognito mode and check whether the cookie is there on the application tab. So you can see now the cookie is not there. If I click on X and let's check the cookie. Okay, there is cookie. Now if you refresh, you will see the cookie is there. So on each refresh the cookie is going to stay. Now if I delete this cookie manually and click on refresh the page, so the browser is going to consider that this is going to be the new user, so you're going to show the pop-up. So that's all for this video.